Okay, hi, my name is Frieda Vizel. I am a tour guide in New York City in the insular Hasidic enclaves of Brooklyn. And one of the things that really interests me is the economy of this community, which is very much driven by the community's unique needs in education, in kosher, in modesty, all of which creates a very localized capitalistic economy for this community. And today I want to do for my blog, I wanted to do a conversation about the Christmasification of Hanukkah or the commodification and the materialism that I am seeing in the Hanukkah culture in this community, which is a larger part of how this community is seeking constantly to expand markets, to find new areas that are specific to the community where different people can make money, where new economic areas, fields can be found. And one of them has been Hanukkah. When I grew up in this community, there were a number of specialized Hanukkah treats. There were the big silver menorahs. There were definitely gifts, but what we see now is an extraordinary expansion of that market, which is a larger part of how the community is becoming more ostentatious, but also it's all driven by the economic need to find new ways to make money, to make more money, to tap into different markets. So in order to illustrate this, I actually was taking a bunch of pictures in the neighborhood of the donuts, all the various new donuts that have been invented in the last few years. They're mostly going to be extremely heavy on the dairy and the cream, or of the beautiful, extravagant menorahs in the silver store windows that have silver on them, as well as being that have gold on them, as well as being authentic silver. And then we have all the toy stores are packed with stuff. But I thought it would be more interesting and more maybe illuminating to go over advertisement magazine called The Community Connections, and to show you how this community connections here we are, hello, how this community connections reflects this, because when I look through the community connections, and I sometimes browse through it, it's available online. If you go to, I believe, Muncie Community Connections, if you Google that, you'll find it. You really get a sense of how the materialism and the need to keep up with the Joneses and the need to create appearances of economic well-to-doness are really becoming an increasingly pronounced part of the culture. So this is the cover of the Community Connections that I just downloaded today, and it's November 22 at 2 o'clock. And as you can see, there's a silver menorah, beautiful silver menorah. These are very tall. They'd be, okay, I can't show. They'd be very tall. They'd be maybe, I think, 3 feet tall. Maybe that makes sense to me. And then we have stuff like this, which I believe is just gift giving shop that's selling some probably costume jewelry and all sorts of vases and nice china. They're putting that into a dreidel for Hanukkah. So there is a spinning the opportunity. And this we, of course, know from the larger culture. President's Day mattress sales have nothing to do with President's Day. It's just an economic opportunity. And here we see why Hanukkah is 8 days. You all know, but why? And it's how many Shlomi's donuts were sold Hanukkah 2021. And why did Bubby come to Rockland before her Hanukkah party? Is this some kind of, it's supposed to be 2 pages, I suppose. This is some kind of, I haven't looked at it before. I just downloaded it and I thought I'd do a video looking at it. Tam Eden, there's one in Bar Park. So I'm familiar with this. They have extremely, extremely decadent stuff, especially with dairy. And I'm sure they're going all out Hanukkah time. So that's the bakery. That's really delicious. Hanukkah giveaway for kids and mothers. Win. Is your mommy a hero? I'm sure she is. We want to hear why. So this is an organization, I'm Habunim Fund, to enter the contest. There's some kind of charity, Kupas Ezra. There's some kind of charity organization that's trying to fundraise. The gift she will want for Hanukkah. Look at that ring. Look at that ring with all of the diamonds, like a diamond ring all around. Beautiful selection. This is also fine jewelry. They were all very modern. Look at how modern the design on this sofa room. This is so far from the Hasidic community's original Baroque Hungarian, extremely ornate designs. The move towards the sleek modernism is so obviously an influence from modern society. And this is all your coupons. You'll be blown away by our prices. So, you might notice there's no picture of a woman at the Tip Top Complete the Look place. There's just the pink signaling it's for a woman, and the rollers. So it's using colors and as much as possible to signal that this is beauty industry without showing women. Especially adult women. But also notice that this place has a location in Bar Park, Williamsburg, and Muncie. Tom Eden, the bakery we're looking at, is definitely at least in Muncie and in Bar Park. This expansion of shops from one person owning one local shop to one person owning in several locations is the natural trajectory of how things go if they are driven by the economic motive. You want to constantly expand. And this speaks to something I'm interested in, larger understanding economic forces. My own interest in economics and capitalism comes out of studying the Hasidic community and seeing how differently it operates. For instance, you walk down the main street where I give tours, and it's all mom and pop shops in New York City, in Williamsburg, a very expensive neighborhood, and all you see are mom and pop shops, which is so extraordinarily exceptional. And the reason it is possible for this to exist is because of a lack of competition from the big conglomerates that tend to eat up small businesses. So you can't have let's say supercuts coming into the Hasidic community because the community has very specific needs and they want their own cuts from their own members of the community who understand how to properly do their haircuts. But from within the community, the natural tendency for the bigger companies to expand and eat up the local smaller companies that we are seeing happen. And as the community grows, I would assume that we'll see an expansion of that, more bigger companies eating up the small local companies. Although now we have, as the economy stands now, there's a ton of shopkeeping businesses. So many people make their living off of shopkeeping. Or if you look at the side of, how do I annotate over here? These are companies that are designing the ads. That's another kind of industry that serves the community. Human plus synthetic. So all of these are economic models that I would say show a earlier level of capitalism than the larger society is at now. And it's why we still see so many small localized shops. But as the community grows, which it does because of the birth rate, we'll see what happens then, how that changes towards fewer independent business owners and more employees for the few. This is another kids polka. Is this photography or is it clothing for the pre-Hanukkah sale? Shane D's buys dress. Oh, okay. I know Shane D's. Diffusers, more women's stuff. This is, we can see a man here because it's for, obviously this is a men's area. Here's a menorah, see? Very elegant. This is Malchus. It's a silver shop. Obviously, silver shops are coming out to advertise at this time. And there are so many. There's like one a block in Williamsburg. And Norman's cream cheese better something. I can't read it. Prizes, wins, Evergeld. Evergeld Station. This reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese's money flying. Sushi is also one of the fancier, newer things. I mean, it's completely part of the culture now, but it took some time for it to really ingratiate itself. There's the donuts, all sorts of toppings. They're not quite like Dunkin' Donuts. They're, I think, a heavier dough. Art, cotton candy art. Come in and join. I guess it's a grocery that's doing something fun. Here you go, another silver shop. Heritage Silver, second page. Feel the glory. A lot of that. See, there's nothing religious in this ad. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this is what I mean when I talk about how this culture, as it's become more financially comfortable, the community is moving into this phase of sort of living very much signaling a place in society. Bingo, I also know. I guess these are, well, it's our 2021 deals. There's a Black Friday, a Cyber Monday, and a Hanukkah mega deals. So here you go. This shop is stealing from both sides. They're eating from both ends, lighting the candle from both ends. Shoe shop. Again, all of these are very specific to the needs of the community. These are shoes, like dark conservative colors, the crock pot for cooking the cholent for Shabbos, Hanukkah Gifting 2021. It has personalized name. I see a lot of girls with very trendy backpacks and puffer coats, and the juicing. Juicing is also all the rage. Schöner ist größer, als sie servieren besser. It says nicer is big and bigger. Schöner ingresser, nicer and bigger to serve you better. And this is a Streimel men's hat shop. No reason to leave home. Your garbage is in the best of hands. We trash our service. Prepare garbage for pickup. Okay. They're showing a young boy. I'm sure he's not worrying about the garbage anyway. Sometimes they get creative in order to try to show someone without showing a woman, to be sort of on the right side of things. But not to sort of tell a story without showing the wrong people. The immodest woman, say it with style. The gift edit. Oh, there you go. Isn't this? Stop by for our sizzling Hanukkah specials. Does this look good? This is potato latkes. Looks very oily and too small, if you ask me. Your party, our priority. The mess is on us. Look at this party. Look at all the dishes. What is that? It looks like an egg. I guess it's a scone next to everyone's plate. Baby design, get more chocolate, cinnamon, or sugar for your gelt. Gelt is money. So there's donut ads again. The new Sheva Brachas experience. I don't know, that's just venues. Priam plus E-Priam. Look at this stroller. It's like a Lexus. Elegance in black velvet. This is Steers and Sanders Furniture. So they cater the celebration of newborn boys, the circumcision party. Open your heart and home. This is another charity or not-for-profit organization. Feel the spark. More donuts. Donuts are all you have on Hanukkah, not really. Definitely it's the centerpiece. Look at all these gifts. It's like a throwback. Of course, we have a lot of blenders, but also the MP3s, the voice recorders, the digital watches, Dynamite 32 gigabyte MP3 player, and the boom boxes. All of these are still sold and are still very popular in this community because smartphones are forbidden. So especially for kids, it's a very fun gift, and they'll put their own music or lectures on it. See, no Xbox and no immodest dolls. Hanukkah Gift. 2 weeks subscription to this. rabbi thing. You couldn't give me a worse gift if you ask me. Food that warms the soul. Look at this. What the hell is this? Hanukkah is present. So are our newest bites. Is that like a donut? Or is it a sandwich with some sauce over it? Digital gift cards, purchase and redeem. I don't know what it is. To gut or not to gut? That is the question. Work on a budget. Rendezvous, Urban Eatery, Omakase Sushi, launching next week. You see these donuts? They're only getting more and more complicated and hard to keep up with. There's your sushi, your toddler's happy place. Hanukkah gifting made easy. Kate Spade, Ted Baker. This is a local shop. They're selling these nice designer companies. Here's the vitamin shop. All of these are companies that are generally owned by people. Even when it comes to the tiling company, people from this community like to hire each other for even for home renovation. That's a huge industry, and there's always a preference to hire from their own. Royal Donuts. What's Royal Donuts? The address for success. And there's supplements again, more jewelry. Looking for top talent. Alley Valley, psychiatrist on staff. They're looking for psychologists, reception. I guess it's a service entry. They say a center, and they say that their services are Yiddish and Heimish. Like the children will feel comfortable. It says make therapy comfortable for your child with like local or therapists that the children will feel are familiar, who speak Yiddish and understand the sensitivities of our people, and your child will rise in an atmosphere that feels familiar. So it's like not this cold, foreign. This is actually very interesting to me. I guess you can also give these books. This is all for men, gifts for men. Mega Hanukkah sale. See, this is where are we at? We're at page 89 out of 356. Now, I'm not going to do 356 pages of pretty much repetition of these advertisements that all one way or another serve the community's medical, home life, gifting. Ooh, look at the cashmere coat. Men's clothing has also gotten so much about it's been branded to death with these advertisements. And here's gifts from the supermarket is selling, I guess, candles, accessories, and small gifts. And the community bank put in, this is obviously not a Hasidic person, put in an ad every so often. See, this is a wellness center, and they have rapid COVID tests among the things here. Richtige Balance. That kind of a richtige balance in jeden. That's some kind of lecture, right? Rieft aran van divrei psicha zoyoch berimte. Yeah, you listen to lectures from Mrs. Olive Nien Kroos on child rearing. And they accept credit cards. Everyone is trying to make money. I'm nowhere behind in this groveling world. Tastes as good as it looks. Look at this. All about presentation. Looks as good as what it matters more than the taste. Kosher Click, a comfortable kiosk experience. Divided men and women. For your calmness and peace of mind, enjoy a beautiful kiosk with the highest standards in kosher and comfort. At Kosher Click, feel like you're at home, and it's beautifully furnished, quick filter, great computers, private cubicles, great rates, Adobe programs, webcam. So this is a place you can go use the internet. and it's even divided men and women. Why Mizmor, you ask? Duck sauce. This is a company I actually don't really know. And at the side over here, this is draw. I don't know how to draw. That's the kosher symbol. I know it's there, staying on me. Well, this gives you a feel. Oh, this is a good picture to leave on because this is really pretty and strange. Menorah, really strange. And look at the cart it's standing on. Chosen style, elegance, class. With our extensive selection of exquisite tabletop and home decor pieces, the gift you choose is sure to make a statement. The final touch is our chosen signature wrapping, which will leave a lasting impression. So, how do I do this? There you go. No. Stop share. Okay, stop share. So the short of what we've seen is really this very unique set of needs in this community. You know, you need a kosher therapist, a therapist who understands the community's needs, who can talk to a Hasidic child without making the child feel scared or clamp up. The community has all of these needs in terms of what's considered trendy and what everyone will want to have, like these menorahs and home decoration is all the rage. A woman was asked to be a Shabbos goy. She was asked to help out in a Hasidic home. And she came on my tour and she said she'd never in her life seen a kitchen like the one she'd seen in the Hasidic home. So these extremely ostentatious home decors are a big part of the economy, as well as, of course, the Hasidic toys with the themes on the family values and the life cycle, the religious life cycle. All of these are economic opportunities, and as they become economic opportunities, as there's like, oh, you can make money making games, oh, you can make money making Hasidic toys, what happens naturally, of course, is more and more people say, well, maybe this could be how I make a living. This is how I feed my family. And that industry grows. And for instance, with the toys, I've seen constantly a growth of different kinds of toys. But when it comes to the Hasidic, when it comes to Hanukkah, things like that, the religious life, this is what I find most interesting, is that there's almost an absence of the religious messaging as it gets replaced by the materialistic messaging. And this, I think, is a very, very interesting and very telling direction for this community, because it speaks to it reflects a very strong internal change that's been going on over the years. Even though this community goes back, we could say, from the Holocaust, when the Hasidic community migrated to New York, we really see this tremendous and extremely important internal change that I would call a kind of secularization, a kind of Americanization, that is bound to further propel changes, I think, more so. And the conflict and the dilemma that it creates is that, on the one hand, it pushes the community away from its religious roots, and there is a hunger for more expansion, for more, bring in sushi, bring in more modern foods, modern dining ideas. Let's find new markets we can open here in the kosher realm. We can have it in a kosher way. We can have these things. So it wouldn't be, we're not bringing in American companies, we're just having our own twist on things. But on the other hand, if the community loses its very unique economic needs, if it loses its religiosity, if people say, well, I'm not so religious anymore, I don't need special toys for my children, then it destroys this economic niche. So the economic motive is from one end pushing for the community to remain religious, but it's not pushing it from a religious place. It's not pushing it from an ideological place, but it is pushing it from the place of the more people don't go out to the secular world, the more people in the community can find these markets. The more people don't buy from Stop and Shop and don't do Hanukkah, don't do Christmas. Well, of course they wouldn't, but the more people don't go out there, the more we can find parallel economic opportunities here. And that tension is very interesting, because what happens when a community has sort of shifted away from its ideological drive of that keeps it so insular and is moving towards an economic drive that's keeping it so insular? How strong is an economic drive, and where is that going to lead towards in the long run? So that's really one of the interesting things I'm watching in this community. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Check out my blog for lots of stuff that I put up there. And also my podcast, which is on hiatus, but hopefully I'll be back at it again soon. It's Radically Human. It's also on my website. Thanks again. Bye-bye.